Ooh. Well, I'm glad that one's over, people. I'm so glad that one's over. That was a tough watch tonight. I guess the important thing is we got 3 points. If you are just happy with that, then I'd suggest you leave now. Okay, we're going to have to talk about performances today. We're going to have to look to the future as well in regards to the team lineup today as well. But my God, that was a tough watch. I'll be honest with you, man. I was watching the game, but I wasn't. If you know what I mean, I was watching it. I was looking at other things. I was reading other things. I was going, yeah. And I was looking up again, going, eh. That was a hard one tonight, people. Pause, big pause. But you know what, man? We got the 3 points. We're back 2 points clear. And you know what the best thing about this game week was in midweek? It was the midweek results for Burnley and Sheffield United. I absolutely expected both teams to win. And we got away with that one. We really did get away with that one. Sheffield United, and it's quite similar in regards to our second goal that got disallowed today from Peru. I'm going to speak about that as well. But boy, listen, we grind for this one. We get the 3 points. We move on. But let me just say this: if they perform like that against QPR away in an early kickoff, where we know we're notoriously not good, it might be a long day, people. Okay, I'm just going to say it might be a long day. But listen, shout out to everyone joining in the cut. Like the video if you haven't already. Look, the man of the match is quite simple in the poll. I'm sorry, there's only one name for today. But yeah, listen, like the video. Yeah, Annabelle, we're going to talk about this, and this is where I speak about it. We've won the game, and I know a lot of people are just happy with that. I don't understand those people, because you have to look at the bigger picture with these things, because you know your present behavior dictates your future as well. But look, we've won it today. Early goal set us up nicely in terms of the game. But man, we weren't good today. Like there was literally one performer today, and I think Tanaka was nearly back to his best. He put that bad game behind him tonight, but it was Solomon, and that was it. Even Dan James today wasn't looking too good. There was a few out there today that looked a little leggy to me, a little tired, but it's because we're literally putting out the same team every single game. And I want people to differentiate what I've said previously, because I've said before we didn't need to change the team while we was winning, but that's because we had, say, Sunderland on the Monday, we had Sheffield United on the Monday. Those two games are far enough in between, and then the West Brom game has got a big enough gap as well, where you can still play the same team that have been successful in the previous two, no problem. But it's when things start to go a little bit sticky where you go, oh, okay, maybe I need to change a couple of things. And we're just not seeing it, people. We're not seeing it. And we had this last year where we weren't utilizing our bench near enough. We're going to have to speak about that as well, because there was times where we could have used subs way earlier than we did. And I'm going to show you the times of the substitutions tonight. There's just so many red flags, man. So many red flags. But yeah. Conal saying Rothwell was great in fairness. I saw it differently, Conal, but this is the beautiful thing about football. I thought Rothwell tonight was very sloppy with his passing. There was some easy passes on for Rothwell tonight, and he passed them out of play, or he just overhit them. The one that sticks out to me is the one where Bogle could have been in behind the defense, and Rothwell just played it out for a goal kick. Like I thought he was pretty sloppy tonight, and I thought his set pieces were doing absolutely nothing as well. But listen, I'm sure. Listen, Jason agrees with you. Fair enough. Fair enough. I just didn't think it was a great performance, man. A lot of Aronson talk, and Colin agrees with Rothwell as well. Fair enough, people. Fair enough. Yeah, Aronson, James Bogle, or knackered again. Listen, another one. Yeah, Annabelle. That's it for me as well. His final ball was off. Exactly. Yeah. The good thing is, and I think this is right, people, correct me if I'm wrong, feel free to do so, but I think Bogle would not get any yellow card tonight. Even if he gets one in the next game now, will not get a 2-game suspension. I think the cutoff was this game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I think Bogle is now safe to get a yellow card in the next one. It looked like he was itching for one tonight with the way he was arguing with the referee at times, but yeah, he'll be okay now. Robert is in my camp, not Rothwell's best. Yeah, for the people that, and I'm not asking this in a condescending way. I'm being genuine here. What was it about Joe Rothwell's performance tonight that says that it was good? Just let me know, please. Let me know, because I'm interested to know, because his set pieces weren't good tonight. Surely it can't be that. And I just thought his open play work wasn't too good. Listen, Aim, the first goal, the lead up, Rothwell, Peru. They were heavily involved in the first build-up, along with Manor Solomon, that led to the own goal. But yeah, not for me. Refs, we're not really talking about refs, people. We're not going to do that today. We've already had, we've had bad refs. We get bad refs. That's what you get. Even in the game last night, in the Sheffield United one, you see our goal for the second one, which was a pretty nice move. It was marginally offside, and it was given as offside today. Bristol City's equaliser yesterday was probably more offside, and it was given as a goal, which has gone in our favour, by the way, to make it 1-1 between Sheffield United and Bristol City. So it swings and roundabouts, isn't it? It does. It really does even itself out over the season. Pops here saying Raffle had impetus and carried us forward at times. Okay. Philip is also saying he drove the ball forward as usual, not sideways like Gruev. Right. Okay. Mikey is saying here Raffle broke up the play well, drove with the ball, but his passing was woeful. And there you go, Michael. Mikey, I think that's probably fair. I think that's probably the best summary so far. And Jason also saying here, backing up his thoughts, thought he pushed forward, played his game. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Robert saying James was ragged about and got nothing. Yeah, I know. Yeah, listen, it is what it is with that. Perry asked with a super sticker. Thank you so much. And listen, big up to William Morrison for the super thanks on the last video. Much appreciated. And Bobby here saying Farker clearly has his favorites. Gets annoying. Yeah. Vavi asking here, was Peru offside? It wasn't Peru, Vavi. I think the linesman was giving it for Brendan Aronson, who made the touch into Peru. So I think it was Brendan Aronson that was probably like a shirt sleeve offside, but he gave it. So it wasn't Peru that was offside. No. Ryan here saying if we failed this season, he cannot say he didn't have options. He has the best bench in this league. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's got the best options off the bench. A lot of rough world left today. Fairs, people, fairs. Yeah, 9 games left, people. We haven't got long to go now, and maybe that's what Danny Farker's banking on. And I was thinking this when I was watching the game. I was thinking he obviously trusts this starting 11. Let me get the 11 up. It's no mystery. It's the same one you've seen over and over again, but he clearly trusts this 11 implicitly, especially one player in particular, and we will speak about him. But he's probably banking on the fact that if he can keep this set of players fit until the end of the season, that we've got more chance of going up than him changing, 3 or 4 things around. And he doesn't need to. This is the thing. He actually doesn't need to change a lot of things. And even me, I was calling for Manor Solomon not to get dropped, but I feel like over the last couple of games that he was a little bit, off his game. Come back with a vengeance tonight, but that Manor's got that in his locker. But the one position, obviously, and I think you guys have said it already with Brendan. Brendan had a better game today, but let me tell you, the bar is so low with that because he was literally a ghost in the last few games. But apart from like a lively first half where he got in behind and got a shot off, which the keeper saved, the build up with Joel Peru, it was another nothing burger of a performance for Brendan Aronson. And it's one of these things now where I said in the preview, whether Brendan Aronson scored a hat trick today or not, that was not the point of Brendan Aronson being put to the bench today. It was about Daniel Farker for me. It was about him recognizing that Brendan has been off it. Daniel Farker could even say so himself with the way that he subbed him early in a few games. He's managed to get the full 90 today, which is incredible. But it just shows that he does have blind spots when it comes to certain players, when he starts to believe and trust in them. And it's a bad thing for a manager to have. If you can't see that you've got a player here that's out of form, and he's so out of form, this isn't just me talking, Pochettino hasn't taken him for the American squad. So in a good sense for Farker, he's going to be, not with the American team. He can go on holiday, rest up and recover for after the international break. But the fact that Pochettino has even had to come out and say there's too many players for one position, that's not a problem when you're one of the players that are in form in that position because you then get picked. So it's on Brendan now to pick it up and get back to the form that he had at the start of the season. And let me just say this for anyone that feels that I'm being too harsh. I have been one of Brendan's most vocal supporters when he's played well. And I don't even look at his assist total because I've constantly mentioned that he's been involved in the build-up to the assist, where he'll be in behind and then it will be Solomon that will put it into Dan James and score, or Peru will put it into James and he'll score. But Brendan Aronson is involved in the build-up. But that has not been the case over the past few games. And even tonight, There was a lot of huff and puff, but you can see that from anyone. I could get one of you guys from the chat to go and give huff and puff on Ellen Road. You know what I mean? That's not enough. And you just wonder, we've got QPR away in a few games. Is he going to get dropped? I would say that's not going to happen. I would say it's not going to happen. We've had like a gaping hole in that 10 spot in the past few games. And I don't like saying this about it, but I have to call it how I see it. I have to call it how I see it. And he hasn't been good. Yeah, there's no meritocracy, and it's like a go back to the bench as well. Look, I want you to see this. And I know this sounds very drab for a 2-0 win, but I'm looking at the bigger picture. I'm looking at, if we go up to the Premier League, is this what we're in store for? So for the people that just get giddy over a win, I'm probably talking in too much detail here. Got it. But I'm looking at the subs here because the performances weren't great today, apart from Solomon. Okay. And this is our substitute numbers here. Byram, Nonto, Gruev all coming on after 85 minutes. Ramazani getting 90 plus 1 minutes, and they will still be people that will say Ramazani didn't do enough when he came on. Joseph 90 plus 1 today. Like, what are the players supposed to do with those kind of minutes? These are the minutes that we were seeing last season for, week on week basis, where players were just getting garbage minutes every week. That can't happen. So what happens now for QPR away? Because we played Wednesday evening. We play early Saturday, right? We play Saturday early kickoff. What kind of changes are we going to see? I tell you one, what we're going to see. It's going to be Rothwell out, Gruev in. Okay, that's the one. What else are we going to see today? Yeah, Dan James off it today. And listen, again, people do not tell me about Dan James. I'm a big Dan James supporter at this level. Bigged him up from the start since we got relegated. But even today, when I've said before, you leave Dan James on just to see if he'll come up good in the last minute because he's got that pace. He was looking off it today. Mano Solomon put him in. Dan James was speedy, he was pacey, got the ball, and he slowed down. That's very unlike Dan James there. And it just showed you it wasn't going to be his day in particular. Parker in the Premier having a laugh. Well, look, if I've said this before, AFV, it's very unlikely he's going to get sacked if he gets us promoted. And that's what my eye is on. Is he going to improve in the Premier League? He's already proven in the last 2 seasons he doesn't change. He can't change unless there's injury or suspension. He does not change. Yeah, make a wish minutes, man. Yeah, big time, man. Yeah, he did. He shot up the pitch like a rocket. Yeah, but then when he got the ball, he slowed down, which is unlike him. Unlike him, man. Jason here saying it's madness. Why are we not rotating these players? Did the Farker not learn from last year? Just does not make any sense. Yeah, and listen, once again, we've won the game today, which is great. That's the main thing. Of course, that is the main thing. But you do have to then look, will this then, all of the minutes that were played today with not much effectiveness, will it affect us for QPR on Saturday? That's what you have to look at. You take it game by game, but you also have an eye in the future and say, well, what does this mean for Saturday? What does it mean? That's all it is. Yeah, Telly, I don't think that's going to happen, mate. But yeah, I hear it. Absolutely hear it, man. Mr. P now, shout out to you, Mr. P. I've had injuries and fractures less painful than that. However, a win is a win is a win. You'll need to say it once, Mr. P. I got it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't want that to get lost. I know this sounds not negative. It's just talking real. But you have to look at the minutes that have been dished out to the subs there and think, did the starting 11, did they deserve the full 90 the way that some did? I would say no, but listen. Mr. P saying here as well, finally we have a midfield that's scoring. Yeah, lovely finish from Tanaka today. Firpo racking up with another assist. Good for him. But again, Solomon was, this is the thing about the pre-assist. Solomon was heavily involved in the second goal as well. It was his work that got us up the pitch into that zone. Firpo put it back, and Tanaka, nice to see him get a goal. He was itching to get a goal today. I think with Tanaka, I said it in the preview again, just backing up my words. He had a stinker in the last game, but I thought he would get back to the real Tanaka, and he did so tonight. Of course he did. It's Tanaka, man. Back of the net saying here, players within themselves at the moment. I'd agree with that. Subs need more time. Ugly win tonight. Need to see a better performance on Saturday. Yeah, because look, it's QPR, but we know what we're like on early kickoffs. QPR are pretty good at home as well. That's a bad recipe if we turn up the way that we did today. someone said something yesterday, and it was something I was thinking of in terms of us being top of the league. Is there extra pressure on these players once we reach the top? You know, when we did those things against Sunderland and Sheffield United and got that gap, was it too much? It must be a Leeds United thing, because other teams would just go on a run and just say, "See you later." You know, we're not looking back. But you always just think with this football club, because it weighs so heavy, because the badge is so heavy, does it play on their minds when we're so far ahead? It's almost like we like fighting from underneath. Like we had to go second in order for these players to just wake up a little, when we should have just gone on a run and gone on a tear. I think Plymouth have beaten Portsmouth away tonight. Don't quote me on that, but I saw they were 2-0 up. Now I know at the bottom of the league it doesn't mean a lot in the championship. You see teams 2-0 up and then lose 3-2 a lot. I think they may have won though. I don't know. I'm not checking, that side of the table. Shelley here saying, yes, you can't sack a manager after he's got you promoted. Oh, you absolutely can, Shelley. You can. I think Simon Jordan's done it before, but I think we'll review it after 10 matches if we get up. And you see, we're talking futures there, Shelley. I think, why give it 10 games when you could just do it in the summer and start a clean slate? Well, I've already said anyway, Leeds United need to buy players that are for Leeds United and not for the coach. We've been there and done that before. The coach has got to work with the players that the clubs find suitable in terms of trying to keep us up. That's the most important thing. And it's one of those, if he can't get it done, then somebody else will, especially after 10 games, like you suggest, Sally. But we'll speak about that in the summer. We'll speak about that, man. Ryan here saying, yeah, you mean as we are better being the chasers? Yeah, I don't know it as fact, Ryan. It's just something that I've thought before, because we've been in positions before with crowds being there, by the way, not in no empty stadiums, where we've been ahead, and it's like, does it then get to the players of, damn, we're top of the league, this is so much pressure, we've got to keep on it, rather than being second or third and chasing it. I don't know, maybe we're better as the chase. But look, I want us to stay top. Let me just say that we do not need to see the playoffs at all. What you know what? I feel like I've sounded really like bad in this one. I don't feel that I have. I'm just giving you my thoughts. You guys in the chat, please give me some positives from tonight, please. Shrew, KG, do you think we have got slow with the build-up play and counter-attack? Yeah, absolutely true. And this is it. From a few games ago, we were looking brilliant with that. And even for the first goal today, when Millwall all out of shape, you saw how good our counter-attack was. It was an own goal, but it was our quickness and decisiveness to get in the box that got Millwall on the back foot and caused the own goal. And I do feel that's gone missing over the past few games. We need to go back to that again, where maybe we don't have so much of the ball. Maybe we don't have so much the ball and we go on the counter like we did against Watford, and we absolutely killed them, because our players are superior to everyone else's in the league. That's just facts. It is. This is a really good team for the championship. So yeah, I do feel like it's gone a little bit ploddy again, but look, we just got to grind out 3 points, people. I guess that's what it is. AFV saying 3 points and a clean sheet. Yep, it is. Yep, Bogle isn't suspended, of course. Yep, that is a big one. Ryan here, positive. Okay, it's basic, but we didn't concede. Yep, another clean sheet. Back of the net saying Howe's goal. It's gone up back of the net, but absolutely. Matt Melee clean sheet, superb again, and his aura kept them out. Tremendous. Let's have a look here. 3 of the 5 remaining fixtures. There's no conspiracy, man. Philip saying we can't help what referees we get. Well, listen, Danny Farker's already said that in the press conference about it's Leeds against the world. There's no favors from other teams. There's no favors from referees. So you know what? Just do what we got to do. We've got more than enough people to control what we've got. We shouldn't need the referees to help us out. We shouldn't need to be looking at Sheffield United and Burnley's fixtures to, help us out to stay in the top 2. As long as we do what we've got to do. So many of you keep telling me, as long as we win 5, 6 games, what have you, we're going to be up. So as long as we do what we do, we won't need to worry about anything else. Yeah, 3 points is the most important on the final run-in. Yeah. James here, is Joseph in the shop window even with a few minutes? Nah, don't think so. No, I don't think so, man. Paul here saying these late subs are ridiculous. What's the point? Yeah. Charlie here saying, KG, a win is a win, but goodness, you could clearly see Dan James is running out of steam, and yet no subs made until 5 minutes from the end. And to watch bottom club Plymouth beat Pompey tonight, so they did win. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely hear you, man. Jed here saying positive. Peru was clinical when given the chance. It was lovely footwork. Again, you know what you're getting from Peru in those kind of situations. He's got the technique. He's got the footwork to get around players in the box and caress that ball in the back of the net. It's a shame it was offside. It was a really well worked goal. But yeah, I knew again with Peru. I know he didn't score tonight, on the score sheet officially, but I knew he wouldn't have a game like he did in the previous one. That is just a real bad day at the office for Joel Peru. Any other day, I think any other match, he puts those chances away like he did against Portsmouth. But it is what it is, man. Zombie here with a super chat. Positive. Melier saved the shot, the one and only. Okay, all right, good. And Pops here adding as well, back in control of top of the table. Absolutely. I got you, Pops. I knew you meant top. But look, there really isn't much else. Honestly, there's not much else. Let me just end with the table. Here we are. So there we are, people. 2 points clear Sheffield United. 4 points clear Burnley. Burnley as well, having Scott Parker and a player of theirs. I think it's CJ, somebody that got sent off for them. So, they obviously felt that they were, due to win that game at home also, and it didn't happen for them. So we're back in control, but yeah, QPR next, which is going to be very interesting. 12:30 on Saturday, isn't it? But we will preview that game in the week, people. I have got videos as well done today about Calvin Phillips and Aaron Ramsdale. Please go and check that one out if you haven't already. Got one from yesterday as well. Can't remember what the subject was about. But yeah, people, look, I know how this video sounds and I know what the kind of comments I'm going to get. But yeah, I'm happy with the 3 points. It was a grind. It wasn't pretty. But we're back 2 points clear. Just want to see better game management. That's all I ask. Just better game management. Use the squad better when necessary. That's all I'm asking in effect. But listen, people, like the video before you go, and I'll see you in the next one, people. Peace out.